Today I'm going to show you how to make this loom. We're going to use a standard staggered loom setup, which is how it usually goes. Going to put bands running from the centre to the left, then from the left up, and then I'm going to carry on doing this all the way up the left side. Notice that the pegs are facing away from me at this stage, so remember to do that. Go all the way up to the top, then take a band from the left peg over to the centre peg, like this. Bink. Okay. So that's how it'll look, running from the bottom to the top. Then you're going to take a band and do from the centre to the right hand side. And then you're going to do that all the way up the right hand side. Exactly the same as you did on the left. Just all the way up. Once you've done it, it looks something like this. And you need to add that one from the right hand side to the middle. Then take four colours, 4 bands of the same colour. Take it from the middle peg over to the top right. Then the middle peg from the middle to the bottom right. Okay, then you want to get another band, do from the middle to the lower left, and then finally get your 4th band and do from the middle over to the top left. Now you're going to need 4 bands of the same colour for a different shade. So I'm going to go orange, go up to the next peg and do the same again over to the top right. Then do from the middle to the lower right. Then another band from the middle to the lower left. And then finally from the middle to the higher left. And you're just going to do this all the way up the loom until you've got a whole bunch of X's running up the whole thing. So this is just me going sped up now, picking colours and going all the way up the loom. So top right, then bottom right, then bottom left, and then top left. Okay, then it'll look something like this, a whole bunch of X's. Then you want to take another coloured band and run this all the way up the middle. So you're going to go from one peg to the other. So just grabbing a band, putting it from one peg to the next. And then you're going to do this all the way up the centre of the loom. So here's me doing it super fast. All the way up. Right up until the last peg. Okay, then you're going to need to make a cap band. So you need to put the band over once, curve it, and then put it over again. So it's doubled up on the same peg. There's videos on that if you want to look that up. But I didn't have time to add it into this more detail. So then you're going to take your hook, go inside of the cap band, and grab the bottom white. Lift it up and over the peg, over to the next peg, making this sort of teardrop shape. Then just grab the white that's between that. So watch me trying to get the white. There we go. Lift it up over the peg and over to the next peg. Then I'm going to do it with the next white. And just do this all the way up the centre of the loom. Okay, so you end up with a bunch of teardrop shapes up the whole of the loom. Now we're going to work with the X's. So going back to the beginning of the loom, you're going to grab the one that's on the lower left hand side, lift it off the peg and back over to the peg that it was first connected onto. So like that. Then you're going to take the upper right hand side band, pick it up between the white band, lift it over the peg, and bring it over to where that band started. Okay, so now you can see how I've put those over. Now you're going to grab the top left hand band through the white bands again, lift it over, some blurriness now just to add to your confusion, and me trying to do it with one hand. There we go, over the peg that it was originally on. And then the same again with the final band going over the peg, watch again, and back over to the peg that it was on. So you end up with this kind of like weird, I like to think of it as almost like a turtle shape. Okay. Next you're going to go to the next cross and do the exact same thing. So lower right, upper right, then higher left, lower left. If you drop a band, you can actually just use the hook to go between again, like I'm doing here, grab the band and just put it back on top of where it was going. So that's a common thing and it can happen sometimes. So this is a different angle. So going for the lower right hand side again, over to where it came from. Then I'm going to go for the higher right hand side, lift it over. Then the higher left side, pick it up, lift it over. And then the lower left side, pick it up and lift it over onto the next peg. And like I said, I'm just going to do this all the way up the loom to make a bunch of little turtles until I get right to the end. So upper right, upper left, lower left. Okay, all the way up. So you've got a whole bunch of squares. Now you're going to go back through your capping band and grab the red band that's leading to the left. Pick that up and put it over to the left peg. Then go back through the capping band, grab the other band that's left over, lift that over and put that over to the right hand side. Now you need to go through all of the bands through the peg, grab the lower red band and lift it over to the next peg. Do the same again, put your hook through the bands, grab the lowest band and pull it over. Then through all the bands, grab the bottom one, lift it over, and you're just doing the tier shapes like you did with the white ones, but keeping all the other bands in between them by running the band through them, and then up over onto the middle peg. Now you're going to do the same on the right hand side. So lifting it up and over, through the bands, lifting it up and over till you're done. Then put your peg through all of the bands at the top, grab another band, pull it through them and only take half through so as you can put the other half onto the little stick that you got. Then it's time to pull it all off. So pull it all off. There we go. Then grab some more white bands because you're going to need to make it longer into a bracelet. So to do that, what you need to do is take a white band, loop part of it onto the hook and then pull it through the two bands and then put the other end onto the hook. So it's like a simple crochet stitch. Then you need to grab an S clip and plonk it onto the two bands so as it can't come undone. Then you can take out the hook. Then go to the other side of the loom, stick the hook in, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. So grab another band, hook part of it through, pull half through and then hook it onto the stick. And do that for a good couple more bands until it's long enough for you. Then clip those two bands onto the other side of the S clip. Like that. Take out the stick and voila! You have made this funky small Starburst bracelet. Well done. Hope you enjoyed it. And sorry it's quite a fast tutorial, but just keep watching back.